Hello, hello. This is Dr. Angelika Christie, your host of the show right here on Win Win Women Global. And my show is called Your Radiant Life After 45. And I have a treat for you. The very first time since I started doing the shows, I have a co-host with me, somebody who is going to show you incredible things because 45 and over, our bodies get a little bit stiff and achy, and it's so important to keep it moving. And she is an amazing lady who actually made it her mission to help people who are getting older to stay flexible. Her motto is move anyway. I find it incredible. Move anyway has two meanings, and however you want to call that meaning. So I need to, with any further ado, I want to introduce to you my friend, my colleague, because I'm doing a little bit similar things. So we are in the same area of helping, especially women. I think she's teaching men as well. But as you get older, to keep your body flexible, sexy, active. And here she is, Mariah, Kaye, and I hope you see her. You should see her. Do you see her? I hope so.
I don't know.
So,
hello,
please,
Angelika.
Yeah,
Thank
wonderful.
you for having me today. This is really a treat.
Okay.
And I've been loving what Angelika has had to say on her Win-Win Women program. And I have my little soapbox that's the same audience. And just to clear the record, men are welcome in my classes, but they never come. So we're kind of we don't have to be exclusive because we are without being exclusive.
Yeah.
But men need to move too, but we work with women, so we work with women.
It's so often the case, even in in the last 5-6 years, I have actually, I'm actually teaching and mentoring and coaching women exclusively. And one of the reasons is because when it was open to men and women, I would say 98%, the occasional man would show up, but it was so rare that I thought, well, sometimes it could be a disturbance because then some women don't feel all that comfortable and open anymore to move the way they usually would if they would be amongst their own, so to speak.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, Mariah, how did all of this start? When did you come into that passion? Because I can see in you when you talk about it, it's a passion of yours.
Yes, it is. Moving our bodies is so important to me. And I actually I teach people how to move, but I'm also trying to be the role model by doing it myself. I actually got started in senior fitness in 2009. I'm in Seattle and I worked in the parks department, which had a program called Sound Steps, which was focusing on helping people over 50 walk half marathons. So it took me 3 years to be able to walk a half marathon, to build myself up to that. And it was very inspiring to be with those women. There were up to 75 people walking, all women. Well, it wasn't exclusive, but you know our proportions. Yes. There were a few token men. And then I just kept on in senior fitness after that. And I was teaching 8 classes a week when COVID hit. And so I went home and I thought, oh, good, I'm going to have time to do a lot more walking. So I started walking and walking and walking. And after about 2 months, I noticed that I was getting decrepit. And the COVID was taking me down. Huh. The lockdown had all these peripheral effects. So the 8 classes I was teaching before seemed simple to me, but they were having an effect. So I went on a quest to figure out how to not be decrepit. and I found the field of functional fitness, which is basically about being confident in our everyday movements. Instead of seeing how much weight we can lift in a barbell, we make sure we can put our luggage up in the rack, and we make sure we can haul our groceries and get up the stairs and get out of our chairs and all those things. And so I've collected, right now I'm teaching 3 different kinds of classes through my Move Anyway Fitness program. And one of them is, it's called Ageless Grace. And there's another Win-Win Women program on that. And that's basically a brain body fitness program. And then I added that first, and then I realized.
So are you part of that? Or,
I'm a certified educator for them. It's a really good program. It's
okay.
21 tools, it's a lot of variety, and it uses our brains in a lot of ways. It's brain building and bodybuilding, both very well integrated. And then I needed.
Yes, I mean, I just wrote an article about this, how the brain profits more than any other sports or so from movement, from dancing, from coordination, dancing, and creative movement is a form of dancing, right?
Right. Well, actually,
you can slow it down.
I really like that article that you sent about dancing. And dancing actually is a good example of putting it all together, because, working with the music and the beat and the rhythm, as well as moving our bodies, it engages our brains. Dancing is kind of, in a nutshell, one of the best things to do. But I knew that I needed more aerobics for myself. So I'm kind of off the main path, and I have gotten into cardio drumming. So I use swimming pool noodles and pound on a box or an exercise ball to music. I have it choreographed. I have a class called cardio drumming. And then I've just started a class on stretching and balance, which is filling in another corner of what I needed to get out of lockdown lethargy. So it's been a very wonderful journey. Yeah. Sit here, talk about movements, and being a talking head at the same time.
Yes. Oh, yes. Stretch.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Yes.
So
I have the stairs here going up to my office, and sometimes I use this just to stretch. What I do is I put my foot up here. I just, kind of stretch before I go up or when I come down, so you can use your home for many things. You don't need to gym.
I've actually gotten into thinking a lot about how to tuck movement in to things instead of taking an hour and going to the gym. How can you use your chair or the stairs or the standing at the sink washing the dishes on one foot? Just putting in all kinds of things. If we think about it, it can really be a fun game. And I actually have a newsletter about that subject, about how to tuck things in to the day without feeling it doesn't. Then you don't feel like you're exercising, but we do need to exercise all day.
Absolutely, that's perfect. So, at the end of our interview, I will definitely ask you for all of your contact, information, and I will also see that I put it when this gets archived within the what it is about. So maybe we put an article there with all of your, how people can get in touch with you.
Right. And I did put my website on my screen too.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I see you're so smart. It says moveanywayfitness.com. So it's right there, right? So I should really have my name there too. And I'm going to do this right now while you continue speaking.
Right. Because I want to talk about the serenity prayer that has turned into kind of a motto for me in senior fitness. So it's have the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. I think
Yes.
that our society has all these things that we say, oh, I'm just getting old. Or,
Yeah.
my balance isn't as good because I'm getting old. But so many things can be turned around.
Yes.
Just we can build our balance back, and we all lose it, use it or lose it. And it's
Yeah.
really wonderful to me and exciting how much can be turned around. We're not stuck with a lot of the things that we might think we are. And dancing is a good way to
Yes.
not be stuck with senior moments. That we have that senior moments.
Yes. Right. Right.
Let's
Yeah.
fight when we can.
Yes. I mean, it definitely amongst so many things that are scientifically have been researched, but just from thinking about it, what does it do? It increases circulation, and what does the brain need in order to function? Good circulation, So that's just one
Right.
logical thing that will improve it. And it's so amazing because sometimes people say, "Well, I can't do this because I don't have a partner." I say, "What? Dance by yourself." I mean, it's let it all hang out. Be inspired by the music. Do slow movements, do fast movements. Just be see what your body wants to do with sound and with rhythm, and and with
Right.
certain kind of music. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's why I call my business Move Anyway. It's like, someone says, oh, I have to sit here and watch television. I say, move anyway. And then they say, oh, I can't dance because I don't have a partner. And say,
Yes.
move anyway. Just like you're just saying, move to the music, let the music tell you what to do. It was like,
Yeah.
oh, no more excuses.
Exactly. Wonderful. And this is the thing. As we get older, sometimes we get so stuck in our in our routines, or not only what we do, but also how we think. And sometimes we just need to stop all of that and be daring and be curious. What would happen if I just would do something differently?
Right.
And because one of the reasons I think why children are always curious, and they learn and learn, and they're always inspired, is because they're curious. If you stop being curious, then you kind of stay in your whatever you have been doing before. And
Right.
and
But
so
also
I
children
hope
are,
by listening to you, many listeners here.
yeah, but also
Please go
children
ahead.
are also learning through their bodies. They're not just curious. I mean, they're curious with their minds, and they're also curious with their bodies.
Yeah.
And all the way they
Flowing.
move, all the ways, hanging from a tree, or swinging, or monkey bars, or rolling around in the mud, whatever, doesn't matter.
Yes.
That's all ways to learn, and building brains. And that works for seniors too.
Yeah.
By the way, I want to talk about how wonderful it is. I think out of COVID, one of the good things that came is how many fitness modalities we have access to. We're in a time that we don't have to do any one thing. We don't have to do Zumba. We can, like I can dance with my drums, and there are so many choices now that we can pick a fit. We can get fit
Yeah.
the way we
So
want to. That's
are
fun.
you?
It should be fun.
Yes, I think it
Fun
is
to move,
wonderful. And
like
you can
kids.
do it we can do it, yeah, and you can do it with your neighbor, if you don't want to do it by yourself. Yeah, show us a little bit. So with the drumming, because these noodles they're a little bit shorter, maybe. Can you buy them and then cut them in half, or how
Oh
do you?
yeah, I can cut 3 out of a noodle.
Oh, okay.
But the reason I like to use noodles, and I use my big exercise ball, is because there is no way I can take this seriously. It's just noodles, and I can use myself as a drum too, just beat myself, and it doesn't hurt, and it's just all play. So,
Beautiful.
that's been the thing for me. I actually have realized that I'm a dancer, and I never realized that before, because ballet didn't work for me. All the Zumba didn't work for me. All that stuff didn't work for me, but banging swimming pool noodles works for me. And I get a lot of exercise with these little pieces of plastic.
Oh, beautiful. And I wonder, are you prepared to do a little demonstration so that, because sometimes we need to see what you can actually do with it in order to say, oh, yes, I can do that too.
Do you want me to show you some drumming?
Yes, please. I would love that.
Okay. I'll just drum on my chair.
Okay, that would be great.
Now, if you don't have any swimming pool noodles handy, you can do it with your hands. So like we do this, I'll get down like this. So we can do swimming pool noodles. We can do a diagonal, like we can do this. We can do it from our spine, so our whole body is involved. Or we can do it on our body. And you can stand up.
Coordination, right?
Yeah. So, and I have a whole rainbow color. So I dropped one, so now I can use a blue one instead. So, and then we can do coordination.
Whoa, you are good at that.
And then we can add on, I'm adding on a squat and a lift.
Little.
And I'm adding on that every time I do one, the other stick is on the top. Yeah, so it's just, it's like whatever's fun.
Yes.
Yeah, we got to get you some swimming pool noodles, Christy and Angelika. So,
that's beautiful.
But the other thing is how much we can do when we're
again, once you have fun.
Once you have fun, then you get addicted.
I have audio lag.
Yes,
yes. It just tells me my internet connection is unstable. What do you do? I don't know. I'm as close as I can be.
My opinion is that we have a life and then we have technology. This isn't true for younger people, but it sure is true for me. And it just seems like this has a life of its own, and I have to go take care of it, but then come back to life. But there's other things we can do in a chair, like reach up. You can do this with me. Reach across.
Okay.
Reach up, reach across, grab the wrist, and pull. And then push back.
And pull.
Push back the one arm with the other wrist. And then reach both hands.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Reach both hands out. And then come down. Bring your hands down and do the other side. Up.
Great.
Up. Across. Grab the wrist. Pull. And push back. And then both hands reach. Now you just stretched your whole upper body. And it just makes it different to be sitting there. We're moving. Yeah.
Yes.
Slope them down.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And then I always like the twist, because sometimes you get so stiff and then
right.
And
a chair is an amazing prop. Just, twisting and grabbing the chair. You can grab it here, you can grab it down here, you can grab it way around here.
I actually got the chair here.
Okay.
Okay, I probably have to bring this down a little bit. That's okay. Yeah.
I'm going to do a little switcheroo here, and I'll put this up so you can see my chair completely. Yeah. You can also use a chair. You can use a chair to stretch the hamstring. I wear yellow socks so you can see them.
Yes, yes, yes.
So we have our legs straight and our toe pointing to the ceiling, and we should feel that in the back of our thigh.
Oh, yes.
And talk about an antidote for sitting. That's a good one.
Yes.
And then we do the other leg, of course, so we're even.
Always do both sides.
And standing tall.
And toes up. I can feel that stretch.
Right.
Oh, yes.
I mean, you can just the difference between pointing the toe and pointing the toe up You can just feel such a difference in there.
Absolutely. Yes. Good stretch. And then do you also believe to hold it for
Oh,
25 seconds, 30
that's a,
seconds, so allow
that's a,
the muscle to release?
that's a whole topic in itself. When we're starting to
Okay.
stretch, it's better to just move through the motions because you're calling the blood, and after you're warmed up and exercising, then that's when you hold them. Like at the end of the move, you hold it.
Yeah.
But at the beginning, like what we're doing, I would just say, just keep moving through the motion so that the blood, and just, lifting our knees,
to
pulling it into our chest, just keep moving it.
Yeah.
And then this one, you can do this, or you can do it as a balance challenge with no chair. Or we always have our chair handy in case we need it, because we're not interested in falling over.
I need to go a little further away. Oh. I don't want to be with my head cut off.
Yeah. So just alternately.
You can probably maybe first do this and then let go, right? But have it there just in case.
Yep.
That's good.
And then there's kicking back to stretch out the front of the thighs and also get the blood going in a different way. One of the things I like about stretching is that, there are a lot of ideas like not holding stretches at the beginning, holding them at the end. But basically, anytime you do a stretch, if you do it different than I do it, you're just getting a different stretch. It's not like it's wrong. Like this one, reaching behind our backs, clasping our hands. That's a stretch right there.
Oh,
where we can lift our hands. Lift our hands out.
Because we get round backs, as we get older, and then also because of all of our, the technology, we are always looking.
I call it computer posture. Yes, and so
I love that one. And sometimes I just put my head down.
Right. And see, that's just another variation. It's another stretch, just a different stretch. And then another one is we pull our chin in, jut our chin, pull our chin in. There's a place where we can pull it in that our head is sitting right on our shoulders, and then our neck doesn't have to hold up our head. And you can just kind of experiment around by jutting. You feeling that?
Yeah.
There's just a sweet spot where the head just is balanced with no effort from the muscle.
Feel then I feel how the spine actually micro adjusts itself.
Yes.
When it feels
and it's doing that all the time anyway, but when you're correcting something and it adjusts, that's really nice.
Yeah.
Then we can add on shoulder rolls, one kind of shoulder roll. And then we can also add on a shoulder roll with our elbow attached. And see how that feels all the way. I feel it all the way to my spine and down to my waist.
Yes.
If you get more of the body involved, it's like, the thing I really like about stretching is that it's multitasking. We're not supposed to multitask, but you can't help it.
Yeah, but you need all of this to be flexible.
Right. And then you can do brain games. Okay, so make a fist like this and turn your hand out. And then come back in. And then put the other thumb on top.
Right. Okay.
And then push out that way. Now you just built your brain. You gave your brain a different job to do than it usually does. And you can get so that you're really comfortable with this, but take some work.
Yeah, I know. I did it with my 28 days to lose bad habits. What is it? 28 days to, anyway, I should really know. But one of them is that you brush your teeth with the other hand, rather than if it's right, then you do it with your left hand. And you see, if you usually do that, try to do it the other way. It feels so awkward.
Yeah.
Like this, and then do the
Yeah.
other. I mean, it feels awkward, but this
Yeah.
awkwardness is actually, you know, a jolt for your brain to create synapses, new pathways, right? So it
Yes.
makes it
Neural pathways. Yes.
neural pathways. Yeah, great. That's so important. Oh, we only have 4 minutes left. Can you believe it? So,
see what happens? You can dance your time away.
Okay, yes. And do you believe that how it's really important to keep your hips flexible, right? Because
yeah,
your legs,
and here's another point, and that is almost
this is
everything
also
we
the
do.
gait that you have, and
yeah, almost everything we do goes this way. We walk this way, we sit this way. We hardly ever.
yeah.
This is like moving our foot sideways, legs sideways. Especially if we kind of pigeon toe our foot, builds the sides of our legs, which is really important if you're going to be tripping or something. It's be nice to have those muscles strong. And the slower you do it, the more it builds the muscle. So if it's easy to do it, then do it slower. And turn that into a dance step. You get your hips moving and then everything moving and doing the elbows, all the, and then you do this. Yeah, and guess what else? Guess what else is almost as good as dancing is to laugh. Laughing is amazing. It's physically, absolutely. Oh my gosh, it's a miracle exercise. So
I think I heard about there was a whole group, I mean many years ago, that actually healed cancer through laughing. I have to look it up on
laughing
on
clubs.
I know that.
You know, you just laugh, make yourself laugh until you're actually laughing.
Yes, you can make yourself laugh. Yes,
and I mean, I'm just laughing. If I do that long enough, pretty soon we'll be laughing together.
It brings circulation in, and it's good for your stomach muscles, right?
Oh my gosh, yes.
It tones your tummy muscles.
And breathing.
Yes. Oh my God. It's almost like I heard somewhere that if you feel you could have a heart attack or so, either laugh or cough or laugh or whatever, you know.
I haven't heard that one.
Bring that jolt into your, bring that energy into your body, and because the body is so intelligent, it always has the tendency to self-regulate, to bring itself back into homeostasis, and
it's an ally.
Yeah.
So let's do victory stance.
Okay.
Arms wide. Take up a lot of space. Wide feet, wide arms. And if you stand here for a while, you'll feel like you're the victor. Victoress, let's say.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
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 Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
I am it. Yes. Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. And I think we have to stop our broadcast right here.
Okay.
Thank you
very
so much for this. I mean, I have so much more energy now. It's amazing how it just starts your energy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Wonderful. Right. So I have to stop this.
Okay.
But
thank you for having me. I enjoyed myself very much, as usual, with you.
Thank you so much. And thank you for teaching us all these fun, wonderful things that give us flexibility and joy up to our last day. Because we want to grow old. We want to grow old, fit, and joyful. Okay?
Yeah. Yeah.